What's good, YouTube? It's your boy D-Rip. Hey, today we will be reacting to 11 rare once-in-a-lifetime moments in a WWE Royal Rumble match. First time across channel, make sure y'all go and hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you don't, because we're going for 4K and we're not that far away. So make sure I go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your boy. Show the support. Let me know what y'all gonna react to next, and let's get into this video.
The Royal Rumble match has been a WWE staple since 1988, and in that time, there are certain circumstances or scenarios that have only happened one time and one time only. These range from a wrestler cutting an extended promo in the middle of the match to an outside world champion entering the Rumble match with the hopes of headlining WrestleMania. Join us now as WrestleMania looks at 11 things that only happened once in a Royal Rumble match.
Okay.
On Facebook for an outside world champion in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The 2022 Women's Royal Rumble was
That is true.
historic, as it was the first Rumble to feature an outside world champion in the match. Wrestling legend and then reigning Knockouts champion Mickie James would enter the match thanks to an agreement WWE had with Impact Wrestling.
But what if they do that this year with somebody in AEW? I feel like this is the opportunity. I really feel like this is the opportunity for AEW and WWE to work together. It'll make both of them get more viewership. You know what I mean? Like, it'll make more WWE fans go watch AEW. And with AEW, you know, spreading the word, some of the viewers that say AEW might go back and start watching WWE again. I feel like this would be a chance. This would be the chance to make somebody like, well, WWE fans don't know who Darby Allin is. Some of them do. But what if they brought back like a Moxley to eliminate Seth Rollins? Something like that. That would be crazy. But, you know, we gotta have imagination, man. We have to have an imagination. Cause you never know. A lot of things could happen. You never know. Anything could happen. But I feel like this would be the opportunity for AEW to get a little bit of viewership heading their way if they let somebody work with WWE.
Mickie would enter with her iconic hardcore country theme song and would wear the Knockouts World title with immense pride. Quite rightly, Mickie received a thunderous reaction as the fans in attendance knew the significance of the moment that they were witnessing live. Since Mickie's Rumble appearance, there have been calls for WWE to involve similar outside talents in the Rumble match, but it's unknown if this is something WWE are going to consider. Number 10, Royal Rumble without fans in attendance. The global pandemic changed how companies such as WWE operated, and for what seemed like a lifetime, WWE produced all their shows with zero fans in attendance. This was seen with the 2021 Royal Rumble, as both men's and women's Rumble was presented with no fans whatsoever. They smartly utilized the Thunderdome, which involved having virtual fans on LED boards.
That's crazy.
It just wasn't the same.
I wonder who came up with that idea.
Introduced fake crowd noise.
They need a raise.
It appeared that wrestlers were getting huge ovations, but this felt awkward upon execution. Nevertheless, the two Rumble matches were well received outside of lack of fans, and WWE did a decent job under very difficult circumstances. Number 9, a mid-match promo. The work as CM Punk in the 2010 Royal Rumble was tremendous.
Oh my God,
Punk went into the match with his straight-edge savior persona at its peak, and Punk was given a ton of time to get his character over. Randomly in the match though, Punk would begin to cut an extended promo about his straight-edge lifestyle. This could have fallen flat in the Rumble match, but it was timed extremely well, and the WWE not to go into overkill. Interestingly, this marked the only time in the Rumble history that a featured promo had been delivered during a match. There was some disappointment when Punk was eventually eliminated by Triple H, as his work in the match was such a highlight. In terms of all-time greats, the 2010 Rumble is mostly known for the return of Edge, but the Rumble features a number of highlights, including Punk's aforementioned promo, as well as Shawn Michaels' compelling quest to wrestle The Undertaker at WrestleMania 26. Number 8, the deleted Royal Rumble winner. The 2004 Royal Rumble at the time was acclaimed by fans. The match saw Chris Benoit win the entire match and get set to headline WrestleMania 20. Outside of Benoit's victory, the match was incredibly strong from a storytelling perspective, as the Rumble managed to advance iconic feuds such as Mick Foley vs Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar vs Goldberg, and The Undertaker vs Kane. Unfortunately, due to Benoit's actions in 2007,
so they took him out of, like, if I was to go back right now and watch the Royal Rumble match from this year, he said 2004. If I was to go back to watch that match, you telling me it wouldn't even show the ending? Is that what he's saying? Is that what he's saying? Let's see.
Benoit's Rumble win has virtually been erased from WWE history books, and the Rumble match itself has been labelled as the Forgotten Rumble. In WWE's official synopsis and summary of the show, they have decided to completely omit even mentioning the Rumble match itself. It reads, 4 titles were on the line at 2004's Royal Rumble event, but none changed hands. Among the featured bouts included Triple H holding on to the World Heavyweight Championship after a brutal last man standing match with Shawn Michaels ended in a draw. Number 7, a non-wrestler wins the Royal
I gotta
Rumble.
go see now. I have to go see.
Only one
I have to
non-wrestler
see.
has ever won the Royal Rumble. This occurred in 1999 when Vince McMahon won the prestigious matchup. This decision received criticism at the time as some fans believed it was a huge waste. The McMahon victory mainly existed to further the issues between McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Did McMahon's victory impact the credibility and legitimacy of the Royal Rumble match? Well, it's hard to determine, but McMahon ultimately didn't headline WrestleMania or even seek to use his Rumble victory to challenge for the WWE title. So these are all points that point towards McMahon's victory not being too big of a deal.
Now that he made himself
Number
a winner,
6,
he should have
dance-off
put
in the
himself in the
Rumble.
championship.
But the only Royal Rumble that has featured a dance-off was at the 2000 iteration of the event, when Too Cool decided to put the every man for himself mantra aside in favor of entertaining the fans in attendance. The MSG fans loved this spot and the crowd became unglued. The spot didn't take away from the match as it was rather brief, and when it culminated, WWE went back into serious mode and got the Rumble match back on track.
Huh?
Number 5, a world champion on commentary. In 2011, WWE decided to try something new for the Royal Rumble match. For the first time in company history, the Rumble would feature a total of 40 stars. This was an interesting move, and fans believed at the time it was to accommodate the Nexus vs. Core storyline and to have all stable members participate in the match. Did the extra men enhance the Rumble? Well, not really, it was a rather dull Rumble in hindsight. Without question, the WWE returns of Booker T and Diesel respectively. Outside of having 40 men in the match, the Rumble did mark a WWE first. For the Rumble match, reigning WWE Champion The Miz would perform commentary for the later stage of the match. This was the first time and only time in company history that a reigning WWE Champion had performed commentary to see who could be potentially facing on the grandest stage of them all. Number 4, the only person...
I know I said in one of my predictions that I think Alberto Del Rio might return. But somebody said that he was in prison. And somebody told me in the comments that he's in prison. I don't know if that's true. But until I actually know if it's true or not, I'm going to say Alberto Del Rio will return for the Royal Rumble this year. I'm going to say Goldust might make a return to be with Cody before he retires. Yeah. I feel like Booker T might be there again because he told me he was gonna be ready. I say he told me. I don't know why I meant. I didn't mean he told me. I seen a video and he said he would be ready. Chris Masters said he would be ready for the call. It's gonna be a lot of returns. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of returns because the WWE roster is not really big right now, and I feel like Braun Breaker. Wait, is his name Braun Breaker? Yeah, Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes will be in the Royal Rumble. That's some of my predictions. The Boogeyman. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too far, but yeah, I think those people will be in the Royal Rumble.
Person DQ'd in a Royal Rumble. The 2008 Royal Rumble was mostly known for featuring the in-ring return of John Cena, but it also featured the only Rumble in WWE history to feature a DQ. In the match itself, Hornswoggle was about to be attacked by Mark Henry and Big Daddy V, but before they could inflict any damage, Finlay rushed to the ring and attacked them both with his shillelagh. Finlay was immediately disqualified from the match and wasn't permitted to return despite being drawn to enter the match at number 27. It was ruled that the DQ was down to Finlay using a weapon, but this received criticism as weapons have been used in the match before, for instance 2001, where they had the whole hardcore segment. This was a case of WWE failing to remember their own rules and their own continuity. In order to apply some consistency, WWE should have explained that either Finlay was disqualified for jumping the gun and entering before he was permitted, or Vince McMahon wasn't allowing Finlay to continue, which would have furthered the ongoing rivalry between Hornswoggle and McMahon. Number 3. Co-winners. There's only been one Rumble to date that has featured co-winners winning the match. This occurred in 1994 when both Bret Hart and Lex Luger won the prestigious matchup.
How?
WWE booked a spot which saw both men get eliminated at the same time. And WWE President Jack Tunney declared that both men were co-winners of the Rumble match. It was then declared that both...
But when Cena and Batista did that, Vince came out to the ring heated and tore his quads. So how is it okay for this? If Vince didn't allow it then. And this was before that. Let's see what he said. Let's see what they have to say, bro.
Hart and Luger would get title shots at WrestleMania 10. The feedback back in 1994 to two men winning the Rumble wasn't stellar, as fans don't want two people winning the Rumble, as it just defeats the purpose of the matchup. Yeah. Thankfully, WWE have yet to repeat this 94 Rumble win, and for every Rumble since, only one wrestler has won the match. Number 2, a man enters the Women's Royal Rumble. Santino Marella was an infamous wrestler that was introduced in 2009. Santino was Santino Marella in drag, and fans thought the character had been retired, but that was until Santino made an appearance in the 2020 Royal Rumble. Santino would enter the Women's Rumble at number 29, and would last just over a minute before being self-eliminated in a comedic spot. Santino is currently the only male wrestler to ever enter the Women's Royal Rumble match, and this is unlikely to change anytime soon. And number 1,
I don't know.
The most people in the ring at once. Traditionally, in a Royal Rumble match, the number of wrestlers in the ring at one time is usually limited. Naturally, the more talent that are in the ring simultaneously, the harder it is to execute spots and tell compelling stories. However, in 2009, WWE decided to have a total of 15 wrestlers in the match at once, making it the Rumble with the most wrestlers in the ring at the same time. At one stage in the match, the following wrestlers were all in the ring: Triple H, Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase Jr., Cody Rhodes.
I feel like Legacy should be a thing again, except Cody is the main guy this time instead of Randy. I think that would be pretty dope. Yeah, I might disagree, but I think that might be pretty dope.
R-Truth, Rob Van Dam, CM Punk, Rey Mysterio, Finlay, Kane, Mike Knox, Chris Jericho, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, The Undertaker, and finally The Big Show. The 2009 match virtually turned into a battle royal towards the end. This is something that WWE haven't replicated since, as it was extremely hard for fans to follow the action with so many wrestlers in the ring at one time.
Oh, let me know. Let me know if y'all seen something that y'all would have never thought of. I wouldn't have thought of I forgot about the Mickie James with the title thing. I think that is gonna happen again. I think a lot of these are gonna happen again, honestly. I feel like a celebrity could win the Royal Rumble one day. Oh, the most surprising one for me is the Chris Benoit one. You know, because it says it's a race from history, but I'm actually curious to go see if it actually is a race. Like I'm curious if they're gonna have the whole match, or every time it shows him, it's cut. I'm very curious about that. I actually want to see. Hey man, let me know how y'all feel about this video in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel. Let me know what y'all been react to. But hey man, like the video, subscribe if you're new. It's your boy D-Rib, man. I'm out.